Today I want to give you another update on my Atlas Gunworks Titan. For those of you that don't remember, this is a custom 2011, so that's a double stack 1911, and it's chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. This is made specifically for competition. So I bought this back in probably March with the intent of getting started on competition shooting, USPSA. Corona came and kind of put the brakes on all that, but I was able to get started on that back in June or so. So at this point, between competition and practice, I've got about 2,000 rounds on this gun. I think I can give you a better feel for this gun now than I could on my last report. And let's just get straight to it. It's been fantastic, no problems. Awesome gun. If that's all you wanted to hear, go ahead and turn the video off. Let's get into the details though. 2,000 rounds, primarily reloads. I've got a recipe that I found on the Brian Enos forums. It's a fairly common one for, this gun. I'm intentionally not going to share that recipe, just because I don't want someone new to reloading try to load this hot major load and shoot it out of some off-the-shelf SIG or whatever it is. It's not a good combination. So, recipe is basically you load them long, 1.18 inches, which is pretty common for 2011s. And I chose to go on the higher end of this load so that I don't risk coming in below my major power factor. I could easily cut this down a grain, possibly even 2, and still meet my major power factor, but cutting it down 2 is like right on the cusp. Cutting it down 1, I might get 1 or 2 rounds that are below major, but where I'm at, perfectly safe in this gun, just a little hotter, and obviously some more recoil, more kick, but not a big deal. Honestly, shooting this thing, it feels, the recoil is really minimal. A lot of that has to do with just the sheer weight of this gun. So I don't mind. It's perfectly comfortable to shoot all day, even in that high power factor load that I've got. It's not beating up the gun. I don't see any real wear. I mean, still looks great, even on the inside, which, I go through and I clean it every time, and I've got no issues with this. So that's the ammo that I've been shooting, kind of where I'm at with it. This gun is more accurate than I am, by far. I can't even come close to the gun's capabilities. Just make it that simple. And that's probably true of most guns, honestly. I do like, again, the reason I went with a 2011, the trigger is just amazing. So there's no movement on this trigger. It's so light and it's just a perfect trigger. So if I miss a shot, it's completely on me. It's not because I was struggling with the trigger. It's I did something wrong. I didn't have my sight alignment. Or I just pulled on the trigger, which I really shouldn't be doing, and there's no excuse because this is maybe 1.5 pounds. It's under 2 pounds, this trigger. So all of the gun is not an excuse for any mistakes that happen, any errors. It's all on me. And that's just the way it is. The grip. If you recall, this grip is very aggressive. I don't know how well these shows up on video, but they go through and they mill little circles in here, and the space in between the circles is your grip. And so it's little diamonds basically in there, or triangles. And it's very grippy. I've let a couple of other people shoot this thing, and that's one of their first comments is, holy crap, that thing is aggressive. You know what? I really like it. I would never have that on a carry gun, but for competition, it's perfect. We're out there shooting, it's 100 degrees out, and we're sweating. I still have a great grip on that, no matter how sweaty my hands are. No problem. I'm not going to lose my grip on it. this is fantastic for competition, for exactly what this was designed for. So another one I wanted to touch on was this Nitro fin. I know I talked about it in my last video, but I'll go over it again just because I've got more experience with it now. So Nitro fin takes the place of a regular slide stop. You can still lock a slide back with it, okay? But releasing it isn't as easy. You know, you can't just go press down on this and release it. You have to pull the slide back and then kind of put some force right here at this edge to get it down, and then it'll drop, okay? This gun does not have a slide lock, so you know the slide does not lock back on the last round. And that's a combination of this stop as well as my magazine followers. It's intentional, so I don't have to worry about that. But just be aware. So the Nitro fin, the way this works, you get your grip, get your support hand in here, and lay your thumb on there. So what this does, when you shoot a gun, it's going to flip up. Without that slide stop, or without that Nitro fin, it's going to flip up, just like this, okay? Having this Nitro fin, you can put downward pressure. The gun will still flip up. It just won't flip up as much. Okay? Because I'm putting downward pressure. I'm counteracting that muzzle rise. If you take a look at some of my videos of me shooting, there's some that show it better than others, but you can actually see that this thing, it does do a muzzle rise, but not much. If I'm not using that Nitro fin, it's going to rise more. This is effective. It's good. I like it. And it helps with muscle memory, grip memory, making sure I've always got a really good grip. So I like it. I can't complain about it. If you can have these on a gun in your class for competition, get one. Go get it. This is a Nitro fin. I know Atlas started making their own. I can't remember what they call it. I haven't tried it. I've heard good things. Regardless, the concept is fantastic. Go get it. I had another competitor just this past weekend, saw it, checked it out, took a few shots, said, I'm going home and ordering one. Like, he loved it. So, and if you don't like it, it's a slide stop, so just pull it up, put it in your regular slide stop. But very happy with that. Let's see, what else can I talk about on this that is new? Let's talk briefly. One thing I've noticed. So this gun has a rail, which is kind of pointless on a competition gun, but it's here. So I have a rail and it's got these little serrations. These chew up my Kydex holster like no tomorrow. Just, it absolutely chews it up. So, while I like it for, I like the looks of this, but that's not really why you have this. If I had bought this new, I probably would not order the rail. I would have just ordered the regular full dust cover. There's no need to have the rail. It's a competition gun. I'm not going to be mounting a light. The one thing I have contemplated is mounting a camera on here just for a better view. So if I go that route, this actually makes sense. We'll see. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll talk about it later, but I'll probably do something else for a better camera view. But regardless, I don't think I would do a rail if I was ordering it new. I wouldn't see it as a real big positive to have on a competition gun like this. And the downside is it just chews up your holster. But again, not a big deal. I expect wear to happen. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Other item, I got two different types of magazines. First one, these come from Atlas Gunworks. It's an STI magazine body with a Terran Tactical base plate. And I can't remember what followers and springs they put in, but if you order magazines from Atlas, or you get magazines with a gun from Atlas, this is what it's going to be. Okay, they engrave Atlas in it, and their Terran Tactical base pad has the Atlas name on it as well. These have been good mags. They're tuned by Atlas. They're good, no problems. I think they're $100, something like that. I can't remember. Maybe 110. So good option, no problems there. Good mags. I also ordered some MBX mags, just straight from MBX. MBX tubes, base pad from MBX, and I don't know who makes their followers and springs, but it's exactly what you get when you just go and order it off their website. No problems with these either. These have been fantastic. They're good. I want to say they were close to 130 a piece. If memory serves, the MBX mags were maybe $10 more than the Atlas ones. Okay. Honestly, I have noticed zero difference between these two. They both have fed without issue. I've had no problems with either of them. So, you know, at this point, I think the only thing I can say is, as long as the mags work in your gun, you're good to go, and these are both good to go. Okay? Beyond that, I don't really have too much more to add. This thing has been a fantastic firearm. I guess I do have one thing I want to point out. If you go out and you grab one of these, whether you find a used one like I did for $3,000, or you go buy a new one for $5,000, or whatever, it doesn't matter. It's not going to magically make you a better shooter. All it's going to do is it's going to take away some of the excuses of the gun and really point out your faults, okay? Every shot that I miss, it's all on me. There's no excuse when you have this. The trigger is so light and so crisp. If I jerk the trigger, that's completely on me. I'm not fighting a heavy trigger with this, okay? I can shoot this very fast. So, you know, the gun's not holding me back in that regard because it's ready to go back on target before I'm ready. So if I'm slow in my transitions or slow in my follow-up shots, that's 100% on me. Again, there are guys out there, plenty of them out there, that are out shooting me with a Glock. Just a bone stock Glock. I am not that great of a shooter. It's going to come down to the skill of the shooter. You know, having this gun doesn't make me magically better. I may actually pick up a fraction of a second here and there, but that's not enough because I'm what's holding this thing back, okay? So just keep that in mind. My mentality with this was, I'm going to end up here anyway. Might as well just buy it from the get-go and just get used to it and be done with it. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that, and that's what I did. Go out and shoot with whatever you have. You'll be fine. Like I said, this isn't going to make you a better shooter overnight. It's just going to expose your flaws and the areas that you need to focus on. So anyway, that's kind of where that is. I will go ahead and pop outside here and show you a couple of the drills I've been working on and go over some things that I think that are pretty important for competition. And that's about it. Anyway, hope some of you guys found this useful. Get a little more information on that Atlas. If you have questions, let me know. Alright, so one of the things that's real important is practicing draws and reloads. So get yourself a timer, set it up with a par. I'm running this, I believe, at 1.5 seconds. Par time on this is 1.6. So what that means is you'll press the button. I set on a random timer. So between 2 and 5 seconds after pressing that button, I'm going to get a start beep. Once I get that, it's going to beep 1.6 seconds later, and that's my par time to do whatever action I'm practicing. So right now, my practice is going to be to draw, get a sight picture. I've got just a tree right here, and pull the trigger. And I want to get that done before my second beep. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like. I want safety on, obviously, so that it's real. Okay, so I keep practicing this so that I get better. So on that one, I struggled to get my sight picture correct. So let's do it again and get it right. Okay, I pulled it off right on time. Again, I was slow just getting my sight. So I need to get more comfortable drawing that and getting it where I want. Get that first shot off a little bit quicker. Okay, so I'm doing the same thing. Again, I met my par time, so I'm doing what I want to do. But what I should be doing a little bit better is, as it beeps, draw, safety off, get that right where you want it, get that trigger. So it's just getting that all in one motion and doing it in time. Let's try it one more time. A little bit quicker that time, so that's good. So just keep practicing that. The next thing that you can do is practice reloads. I know I'm slow on that, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start my timer, have it here, and I'll take a shot, pull the trigger and do a reload and see if I can do it in that 1.6 seconds. I'm not going to do it from the draw. I'm going to have it ready to go. So as soon as it beeps, I'll pull the trigger and do a reload. Let's see how that looks. Again, I might not give myself enough time, but let's see what I can do. Okay, so pretty close. Let's see if we can do it again. So safety off, ready to go. Fumbled it. So again, something to work on. We'll go ahead and just try once more and see what it looks like. Brain fart. Okay, so that's a couple of them that I've got in that 1.6 second range. So that's about where I'm at, give or take. I know I need to work on that and improve it, but that gives you an idea of some of the drills that I'm doing just dry fire. Another thing that I do, even without the par timer, is I'll come on and I'll practice shooting and just practice bringing this up and getting that sight picture. Just bring it up and get a sight picture. You can also practice transitioning from one target to another and just pull that trigger. So practice this dry fire a lot. It really helps. I can tell you that my draws, I've been able to improve them. Let's just call it a half a second. So that's pretty good. But I've been practicing that and doing fairly well with it. So practice your dry fire. It's very important. You should probably be doing more dry fire than you do live fire, because you can do it anytime. Spend 10 minutes at home. So anyway, hope you all found that useful. We'll do this again another day. Take care.